All right, everybody, welcome back to Software Gore, brought to you as always by our sponsor, the like button, and also me, by way of my clothing line, Quality Content, because starting tomorrow, midday, it's Wednesday, July 15th, in case you're watching this in the future, we finally have a restock on joggers, except this time they have the blue text on the side. The reflectors here should actually be different so that they blend in, they don't stick out so much, but check it out, qcathletics.com, link in the description. They do have a tendency, based on past history, to sell out quickly, so, you know, just keep an eye out. Wednesday, July 15th, midday Pacific time. Let's start off with number 19. That's not how it works, Windows. You'll need a new app to open this .exe file. So, does that mean I'm gonna have to look for a new operating system? Do I not have the right one? Windows 10 not really supporting those .exe files anymore. They're real outdated, and we gotta find another way to install programs. Pretty sure the exe is a program itself. Doesn't really make sense that you need a program to run a program. You need an operating system to... And just Windows forgot how to be itself. It happens every now and again. Just restart it and hopefully it'll figure it out. They run the maths, but still not 5 stars. 5 stars. It looks like they're missing a little bit there at the bottom. It's as if the yellow graphic that's supposed to occupy the entirety of the stars kind of got moved a little bit. It's a weird way to do it, is to not have the star graphics be, well, stars that are just images themselves, but to instead have it be a transparent thing that cuts away to a yellow rectangle behind it. And the yellow rectangle is supposed to be centered so that it's always just full of yellow stars, but in this case, didn't work out too well. Green color is preferred. Totally ready for my Zoom call now. A solid color video background is required. Green color is preferred. Is your face green, sir? What's going on? I know they tell you when you're going to be on a green screen to not wear a green shirt, but I don't know how to sort it out if your face is actually green. Sees you move before you even know you're moving. Ping, -1. Must be the host. Dude, there's no other explanation there. Sometimes it certainly feels that way, or at least it used to in the past. Man, I would do all kinds of trickery back in the day before I started making YouTube videos, and I was just super serious about, like, just try-harding Call of Duty, and being host was, like, a crucial thing. Maybe it's improved at this point, but, I mean, the speed of light can only go so fast, right? That's kind of what it's based on. Oh, the things that I would do to ensure I got host. You could do something with like a lag switch to where if you caused your connection to go bad as you were joining the lobby using a lag switch, it would actually give you host. It's really bizarre and counterintuitive, but that was like a strategy in Call of Duty World at War. If as you were joining, you flicked the switch, that it would give you host, and then what would happen is you'd be the only one in the lobby, you unflick it, and then it populates the lobby, but you're already the host because you're the first one in there. Wish I had that much storage on a 2018 phone. Teams, version yada yada, uninstall, force stop, storage, 524 gigabytes used in internal storage. It's very impressive. It's like one of those zip files that I still don't entirely understand how it works. Like, how can I have something that is, I don't know, like 500 gigabytes, and then I zip it, and all of a sudden it's 100 gigabytes. I'm like, but isn't the data Isn't the data? How did you make it smaller? I don't understand. How do you just... If it could be that small in the beginning, why didn't you just make it that small? Why does it have to be big? Some computer stuff just... It boggles my mind. I don't fully understand it. It's basically magic, the GeForce experience. There is a lot of NVIDIA going on right there. Shout out to NVIDIA. Appreciate you reaching out, having me as part of the sponsored deals for Minecraft with RTX. We run in a 2080 Ti right now as a result of that. And it's pretty slick. That's all I'm saying, is that I think my CPU is kind of bottlenecking my graphics card at this point, because my graphics card is very, very, very many generations ahead of my CPU, and I need to do an upgrade at some point, except my existing motherboard platform and my computer is old, and in order to get a better processor, I need to upgrade that, and that means I have to remove all the components and get a new motherboard and plug them back in, and I'm scared that I'm going to break something, or maybe not break something, but not seat it properly. I'm going to try to boot my computer. My computer is not going to run, and then I'm going to not know how to troubleshoot, then I'm not going to know how to make videos, and everything is going to suck. And that's why I haven't built a PC. Well, I guess you can now call him Hands Solo. That, I suppose so. the hand is Solo over there. Maybe this was done on purpose. Some developer was like, you know, it'd be great. I always thought when I was younger that his name was Hand Solo. I kind of did. I mean, it was like back when I first heard of Star Wars when I was very young, and I didn't know that his name was Han Solo. I thought that his name was Hand. And so I'm sure other people have had similar experiences. And if you work on the game that features him, you can make that a reality. That's the great thing about working on 3D modeling and animation is like, the world is your oyster. You can do whatever you want with it. That's what's so great, dude. That's what I loved about Minecraft animations is like, you can do whatever you want. You have the freedom to make them do anything. They are your puppets and you are the puppet master. I guess I'm just that good at the game. Started games 1. Games 1, 2. Win rate, 200%. I mean, wow. If you're not winning, you're losing. So that's very impressive. Hey, I still remember to this day, I won my very first ever PUBG match. That's all I'm saying is like, better chance of getting struck by lightning than winning your first PUBG match, according to their actual stats. So I think that's still my #1 achievement in all of gaming. Because I was just adjusting my settings the whole time, hiding, and then finally it was like, oh, there's not very many people left. Guess I'll try to win. And it worked. I got 1 demonetization in there. But still, that would have been 1-to-1, 100%. I don't know how you win 200% of your games. Forgot to customize the exception handler text. Choose a video that's shorter than 0 seconds. I don't know what exception handler text is. All I'm seeing here is someone expressing to all of us that they really know their stuff about programming, and I'm like, okay. Well, I could choose a video that's negative seconds long. Are we allowed to do absolute values here? It's -2 seconds long, but the absolute value of -2 seconds, which is 2 seconds. So this is just, it's educational. You have to choose video length and absolute value with negatives. No color, don't go. Sign up. I mean, does that, when you say no color, don't go, does that mean I should be worried that this is some kind of phishing attempt here? Because the logo is not proper, that it's probably not a good idea to go forward with this. In fact, I would be really paranoid if I was presented with a sign in via Google and the logo looked super janky. I'd be like, is this legit? This might be trying to get my info. And then I'd probably just abandon it. Because obviously, dude, when it comes to my Google info, it's kind of an important thing for me. I can't put it into random websites willy-nilly, especially if the icon looks like this. I'd just be too scared and I'd be like, okay, guess we're not gonna do this. Me too, train. Me too. My Pokemon character's name in Pokemon Red back when I was in kindergarten. Gary he'd hit me up. We had to fight. He'd be like, what's up? It's been a long time. Hopefully you've been training your Pokemon. You know, I was lazy. If this page doesn't work, the cloud is down. For frick's sakes, IBM, why would you host your status page on your own cloud? Seems like maybe something you'd want to think about. Hey, is the page where we tell people what's working and what's not also tied to the thing that's down working or not? Because that might be problematic. Yeah, we should probably have it on an independent thing somewhere. Whether or not that's hosted by us or someone else, I don't know. It would be weird as a big company like IBM to go to a third-party host in order to host your status page, but maybe that's what companies do. I'm not entirely sure. iPad OS 14. Oh my God, guys, I love iOS 14. Update right now. Oh God. Is this legit? Because holy mother of God. I hope your phone isn't bricked. That would be horrifying. Well, your iPad, I guess. I hope your iPad isn't bricked, because that would be a horrifying sight to see. Can you downgrade when you're in a beta? Because I don't think 14 is out yet. Honestly, I always try to wait as long as possible in order to update things. And that goes for literally everything, which is probably a stupid idea when it comes to Windows updates, because I know a majority of Windows updates are for security updates, and they're actually really important because they patch up vulnerabilities, but they don't do anything to like help you as you are normally working on it. So I'm like, I'll just postpone those. I'll postpone the phone updates. It took me like a year before I updated the most recent version. I just didn't do it. What a headline. Canadian Tire in Lindsay temporarily closed after every item scanned comes up as Mr. Potato Head. What? Does that even happen? Is it instead of like a price, just as like price is Mr. Potato Head? I wonder if they got griefed by their own employee. Was it an inside job, or did someone just like, of all the targets that some anonymous hacker, I hate calling it a hacker, but I guess it would be in this case. Of all the ones they could hit, they hit a tire shop and made their tires scan as Mr. Potato Head. I mean, great at the end of the day. It made for an incredible headline, and I suppose the person who did it was probably proud of themselves for it. I love it when publishers force you to use their platform instead of Steam. Not responding. So, I get why companies want to create their own distribution platform, because Steam takes like a 30% cut, and if you're going to sell millions and millions of copies of a game, 30% it's a lot. It's a significant amount if you don't need to. I get it when it comes to the mobile platforms, because it's kind of like iOS and Android have their own stores as the gatekeepers. It's very hard to load a third-party app, but on a PC, you can load a third-party app very easily. It doesn't have to come through Steam. So I don't fault developers for that. What I do fault them for is when I buy it through Steam anyway, it's already on Steam, you're already giving that 30% to Steam, but then you don't use Steam's own built-in tools. You're like, okay, you sign into our own independent platform, and I'm like, but why do I need to do that? Why can't I just use Steam's built-in invites? It's so many games nowadays. I expect them not to use Steam's own invite platform. I'm surprised when a game uses Steam Friends and Steam Invites and is just easy and doesn't make me go through some third-party system. It's like, the tools exist, they're there, you're already giving Steam 30%. You might as well take advantage of the fact that that stuff exists. Please, stop! My RGB software is making my RGB buffer. I don't think I've ever seen a computer fan stop its color spinning. This is me fighting back against just gaming lights all over the place. I'm like, man, you know what? If I could have a computer that doesn't do lights all over the place, I'm perfectly happy with it. I don't need it to look gamey. I still don't know why gaming computers have kind of aligned themselves with just lights all over the place, but it doesn't seem necessary. I'm perfectly happy to have something that doesn't announce to everyone that I'm on a computer playing a video game. Or if I'm not playing a video game, it's just like, look at this computer. I'm like, I'm really self-conscious. Can we just disable these? Especially on a laptop. There's some laptops that are just like lights all over. I'm like, I don't want that if I'm at an airport. I don't want to have a freaking Minecraft beacon in the middle of the place telling everyone to look at me. Granted, not been to an airport in a very long time, and maybe never will again. Phone or not, Windows is still Windows. I guess you can have a boot problem on your phone if it's Windows Mobile. The more you know. Very interesting. I guess you expect, because there's a lot less customization you can generally do on your phone, that you probably wouldn't run into these issues as much, but it's built on the same software, so not surprising. Just probably kind of heart-wrenching if you have a lot of stuff on there and it's not necessarily backed up. But usually, I guess, phones are backed up to the cloud, depending upon your settings and stuff. But what if my Rubik's Cube can't do this? This is example to solve Rubik's Cube. Duh, just do this. Fold it down to a singularity, and then every side will line up as the same color, blackness, because it is so dense that light can't escape. No one will know whether or not you were able to solve your Rubik's Cube, yourself included, because it's a singularity and now you've been sucked inside of it. and you're wherever you end up when you get sucked inside of a black hole. Is it even getting sucked inside of a black hole? Is that what it feels like if you were going into the black hole? I don't know. I guess we'll never technically know for sure because no one who enters a black hole, if that ever happens, will ever be able to report back. So it would be an interesting phenomenon to experience firsthand, though probably not pleasant. And the top for the last month, using AI to de-anonymize blurred photos. Our privacy is doomed yet again. Excuse me, what is... I need to know the context because I feel like someone could have just put this together as a joke for a post on this subreddit. But assuming that this is legit, I feel like I would have a better chance of identifying this person in a lineup than the software. Not that I completely could. I don't know that this would be evidence enough to put someone at the scene of the crime. But that's not it. That's not the person right there. That said, this is obviously just, if it's legit, one bad example, but there's, oh my God, dude. The fact that deep fakes are a thing and they will only continue to get better and more impressive is such a scary thing. Good God. Just imagine being a politician and all of a sudden you see a video start to go viral online and it's you. And it sounds like you, and it looks like you. Except you're like, I don't remember ever doing that. And except they'll do it so it's just whatever is being said in the video is just borderline crazy enough to where it's not just a clear person trying to say ridiculous things using a deepfake. It's like it's just borderline enough that it could have been said by the original person. So and then, oh my God, dude. Oh, the future is scary. It's really scary. Maybe it's not gonna end up being that big of a deal, but I don't know, dude. Oh man, I don't know. Anyway, that's it for the last month of Software Gore. Hopefully you've enjoyed. Make sure to like if you liked. Check out the playlist if you want to catch more Software Gore. Subscribe, hit the bell. Also QCathletics.com tomorrow, midday Pacific time, for the blue text joggers with the different reflector, but anyway, check it. They sell out quickly. See you next time.